Hello and welcome, viewers. Today, I'll be showing you how to create 2D and 3D animation videos without spending a dime. You don't need a powerful PC or a graphics card, but a stable internet connection is required for smooth operation. Additionally, you'll need a Google or Gmail account to access the tools. To get started, go to the link in the description and paste it into your browser. This will take you to the From Stable Diffusion version 0.7. Before we begin, go to the runtime and select GPU. It's crucial for optimal performance. Click Save after making this change. Now, let's move on to editing the cells and running them simultaneously. Click on the Run icon in the NVIDIA GPU cell and wait for the green sign. Then, run the environmental setup cell, which will automatically mount Google Drive access. Once you see the green sign, you're good to go. The next cell shows you where the output file will be saved by default, which is the output folder in your Google Drive. There are different model checkpoints available for configuring, but I recommend selecting Protogen 2.2, it has performed well for me. You don't need to change anything in this cell, just run it. The most important cell comes next. Here, you'll see several parameter settings, but you only need to edit a few tabs. Under Animation Mode, you see there is 4 options: 2D, 3D, Video Input, Interpolation. Later 2 option is used for video to video, which I will show you in another video. For this video, I show you how to make text the 2D, 3D animation. Now, select either 2D or 3D, and input the maximum number of frames. Be mindful of your desired frames per second, FPS. If you want an FPS of 12 and a 30-second animation video, your maximum frame count should be 30 times 12 equals 360. If you choose an FPS of 15, the maximum frame count for a 30-second video will be 30 times 15 equals 450. Keep in mind that higher FPS will result in more detailed animations, but it will also take longer to render. For my example, I'll be using 12 FPS and a 45-second video, so my maximum frame count will be 45 times 12 equals 540. There are 2 types of borders available, wrap and replicate. Wrap pulls pixels from the opposite edge of the image, while replicate repeats the edge of the pixels and extends them. I prefer using wrap. The motion parameters are instructions for moving the canvas in units per frame. The angle operator rotates the canvas clockwise or counterclockwise in degrees per frame. The number before the semicolon indicates the frame number, while the number in brackets indicates the degrees of rotation. Positive angle values rotate the image counterclockwise, which feels like a camera rotating clockwise. For my example, I'll select 0 for no rotation. The zoom operator scales the canvas size multiplicatively. The number before the semicolon indicates the frame number, while the number in brackets indicates the zooming size. A zoom of 1.0 is 100% scaling, thus no zoom. Zoom values over 1.0 are scale increases, thus zooming into an image. 1.10 is a good starting value for a forward zoom. Values below 1.0 will zoom out. I'll select 1.04 for a little zooming. The translation X parameter moves the canvas per frame to the right, translation Y moves it up, and translation Z moves it forward. I'll leave all 3 of these values at 0 for my example. Rotation 3D X, Y, and Z rotate the canvas per frame to up, right, and clockwise, respectively. They're used for 3D animation mode, Under Perspective Operator, you don't need to make any changes. Strength Schedule highlights the amount of presence of the previous frame to influence the next frame. We'll select a value of 0.65 for this tutorial. In another video, I'll show you how to use the hybrid video motion operator. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel to stay updated. Now, I skip hybrid video operator. Finally, run this cell and move on to the next one, which is the prompt tab. Here, you'll see two set, prompt and animation prompts. First prompt set is to create image. We don't need it. For animation, we only need animation prompt set. You'll see a green letter indicating the frame number where image generation started for this prompt. Write your prompt under the bracket. For this tutorial, we'll write ultra-detailed portrait of a wise, blonde, beautiful female warrior goddess with dark, piercing, glowing eyes, gentle expression, and elegant, steampunk-inspired clothing. Photorealistic and highly detailed, with smooth, sharp focus. I also add another prompt from frame 300. Ultra-detailed portrait of a wise blonde beautiful female archer goddess, dark, piercing glowing eyes, gentle expression, elegant clothing, photorealistic, steampunk-inspired, highly detailed, ArtStation, smooth, sharp focus. First prompt belongs to 0 to 300, and second prompt belongs to 301 to 540, since our max frame is 540. Now run. Next tab is Load Setting. You can change image size. Default is 512 x 512 pixel. Remember each set should be multiple of 64 pixel. Means that you can change width and height to 512 x 576 or 448 x 704. You can input your desired seed number and steps here. Remember, higher steps takes more time in rendering. Now, run this tab. You can see preview of the animation here. OK. In the next tab, Create Videos from Frame, here you need to careful about FPS and max frames. And uncheck Skip _video _ for run _all. If everything is OK, run this. You are done. Our video is created successfully. You see in Google Drive that new folder is created named MrA.I, Stable Diffusion, 2022-23, Stable Fun. Here are animation video saved. Just click and download it. Now that you have successfully created your 2D animation, let's move on to creating a 3D animation. The process is similar to creating a 2D animation. In the Animation Mode section, select 3D instead of 2D. The max frames calculation remains the same as for 2D animation. Change some angle, zoom, rotations. You have freedom to input any number. Input your desired text prompt for the animation. Remember to indicate the frame numbers for each prompt, just as you did for the 2D animation. You can set many prompts, but be careful about max frame number. I add another prompt. We will upload another video for prompt engineering. Just subscribe the channel. After inputting your prompt, you can run the program and wait for the animation to be generated. Once it's finished, You can create a video from the frames just as you did for the 2D animation. And that's it. With these simple steps, you can create both 2D and 3D animations without any expensive hardware or software. Be sure to experiment with different settings and prompts to create unique and interesting animations. Congratulations! You now know how to create both 2D and 3D animations without any cost or expensive hardware. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more tutorials and tips.